Hi, I'm Mr. Mitchell, and today I'll be giving a lesson on three-point perspective. So let's get started. My thumbnails, I'll do them kind of smaller. That's why I have it zoomed in a little bit more, so that hopefully you can see what I'm about to be doing here. I'm going to do first. I'm going to use cubes to kind of give you a basic understanding of what I'm doing here, to get a bird's eye view, and then I'm going to use a cube to get a worm's eye view, and then I'm going to put these into practice, and so you can see, I'll do a real-time picture so you can see exactly what I'm, gibbering about on here when I do this. All right, so the first one is going to be a bird's eye view. To do a bird's eye view, you're going to create your horizon line above the thumbnail this time. And just like two-point perspective, there's going to be two vanishing points on that horizon line. And then at the bottom of the scene here, you're going to have another vanishing point. And this is going to be able to show you, this is going to give the appearance that something's coming, that something's receding to the ground. So with that said, I'm going to use this vanishing point to create the line here. And then I'm going to use these two vanishing points to go to the one to the left. And just like before, anything that's on the right, we're going to go, we're going to take it to the vanishing point on the right. Now, this right here is going to create the sides. That's going to give the illusion that it's receding. So we're going to come here, we're going to stop, and we're going to come here, and we're going to stop. Now, we want this line to go here to this vanishing point, and then we want this line to go to this vanishing point here. Then we can do our form. And as you can see, it looks like a cube from bird's eye view. Now, if you want to do the ground of this, then just like with the other ones, you just take your lines from the vanishing point here, for the vanishing points, and you just make them, cross. And notice how when I'm creating these, when I'm using these lines, I'm creating these squares on the ground. Well, you can use these squares to, create other lines too. I mean, keeping in line with if you want two buildings on here, then you have to use another vanishing point, and this will straighten this one out. Okay, so then you have two of them. You can have these going all the way down to the ground if you want to. So these can be like, two skyscrapers or whatever. If you want to create a whole city full of these things, well, then you're just going to keep plotting out more of these horizon or these vanishing points from the bottom, and you're just going to place them that way. Okay. Likewise, you're going to do a worm's eye view. Then I'm going to start off at the bottom. I'm going to put the two vanishing points on the bottom, and I'm going to put another vanishing point above it. Of course, this is going to give the illusion that it's coming towards us, towards the ground. So we're going to use the top vanishing point here. We're going to create our first corner, and then we're going to, find our plot our lines accordingly. So there goes our corners here. They're going to go here. I'm going to put my lines from the top, and I'm going to drag them here and here. So now, as you can see, we have a form that we're looking at from the bottom. Okay, so recap. The only thing you're doing is this. From a bird's eye view, you're doing boom, 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 boom. You're gonna do boom, 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 boom. So now the reason why this looks kind of distorted is because I have the lines, my vanishing points, I have them close together. That's why you want to spread these things as far apart as possible, because if you put them close together, then you're going to get distorted perspective, and you don't want to do that. You're going to get distortion. So if you're going to do worm's eye view, then you start off at the bottom, okay, and you're going to use this. Okay, this line's going to go here at the bottom. This is going to go here at the bottom, right hand side. This is going to determine the sides of the angle, or of the form, and then where these intersect, you're going to bring them to the vanishing points, and so you have this here. Okay, so that's the premise. Remember, on 3-point perspective, all 3 vanishing points are off of the thumbnail space. Now, what can be done with these things besides buildings? Well, we'll start off with the bird's eye view. Bird's eye view, I like to think of scenes where, because whenever you're floating above something, when you pull away from your character and you go above them, they feel kind of small, like kind of sheepish in the scene. So I like to keep that in mind. So what I do is, let's say I want to draw a person kind of depressed. Well, I'm going to use this line to establish it. Of course, we're dealing with the ground here, or with the plane. We're looking dead at the plane. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then likewise. Okay, so at this point, you can see here that I have formed my rectangular prism. But now I can do something like this. I can start adding in this is the chest. I can do the arm here, and I can do another arm. I can bring this back in space, and yes, I can just keep going on and on with this. Now he looks like he's taking more of, well, can't say that, but yeah, his head's now, so you can kind of get your basis for a scene where you're pulling away from your audience, or from your character. Eventually you can pull away so far to where his knees will be up, his or her knees, doesn't matter. But you can have their head kind of bowed. This is their arm. This is another arm. This is their legs. And you have a person from bird's eye view looking sad. Okay? If you're going to do something from a worm's eye view, then in terms of characters, I like to think of villains, okay? Someone being sinister, okay? So if there's worm's eye view, it shows power, shows menace. So I have my 3 vanishing points here, and I want to put a villain who is pretty much looking at the audience and, you know, probably laughing, wah, you know, like he's being really villainy. So you can see how I did that. I have the head there. I have this is the torso. I visualize the, you know, the bottom of the torso. This would be the hips. You know, this would be the legs. This, you know, and You know, maybe he is got his hand out. He's like, you know, monologuing. He's monologuing whenever he should be fighting, and this is like every villain's downfall in a cheesy universe. But you can see there how that works out for that. Anyway, recap. Recap real quick. If you're using a bird's eye view, you're going to start off a horizon line real long, keep these vanishing points far apart, and we're going to use the bottom one to create the sides, and we're going to start bringing them to their proper vanishing points. Again, this creates the sides, so we have that, and now we need sides, so we know we need to take them to their proper vanishing points, and that's for a bird's eye view, which on this one too you can also you know, show the top part of a person. Okay, anyway, moving right along. And then for a worm's eye view, you start off at the bottom. Remember, keep your vanishing points away from each other. They are lovers, and we cannot let them love each other. So there's that. But we're going to keep in mind that we have to put the faces on them also. So there's that. So 1, 2, 3, and yeah, I know, kind of crappy, but anyway, I think you get the point. Thanks for watching.